welcome back. Today's video is part of a new series that I kind of wanted to do, and it is essentially like the opposite of empties or non-empties, you could say. So as you guys would know already, I do try out a lot of different skincare products, and I do have a very wide variety of products to choose from when I am doing my skincare routine. This means that if a product doesn't especially stand out to me, I'm probably not going to reach for it time and time again. So these products are essentially, one, they just didn't work for me, I didn't like it, and number two, it wasn't a bad product, but I just didn't reach for it enough over the other products in my collection. So I thought these videos would be a good way to basically give my opinion on the product and then be able to pass them on to, or give them new life, I guess. That sounds very intense. So if they don't work for me, I can just pass it on to friends and family who can probably get better use out of them. So today's collection are actually Western skincare products, these ones here, and I'm pretty sure I bought every single one of these products myself, and I'll give you the reason to why I did not like them or like them as much as I would like to. So the first product is something that a lot of people might not like to see in this list, but it is the Ordinary Niacinamide 10% plus Zinc 1%. So when I first came back to Australia from Japan, I went through a phase where I wanted to try like every popular, mainstream, best-selling skincare product in the Western beauty industry, because I hadn't really seen Western products for a really long time, and I bought this in that period. Obviously, The Ordinary has become huge, explosive, one of the most spoken about skincare brands in the last couple of years, and I bought a few of their products, especially because they were really affordable. They were probably about the price that I would pay for skincare when I was in Japan. I was used to Western products being a lot more expensive, so I was like, why not give it a go? It seems like everybody loves their products. So this is obviously a niacinamide based serum, and the kind of tagline they gave for this product on their site is that it helps reduce the appearance of blemishes and congestion. So I feel like a few years ago, not everyone knew what niacinamide was, but these days I feel like pretty much everyone has a good idea of it. So obviously I have used a very generous amount of this, like there's only about a third left, so I definitely did give it a good go. I started with a few times a week and then moved on to using it every day in the PM, because you can use niacinamide every day, but I just felt like I didn't see any results from this. I felt like my congestion or my skin texture didn't really change. I read a bunch of posts and like everyone's reviews on Instagram and that to try figure out how best to use this. I used it by itself, I used it mixed in with a moisturizer, I used it like every second day to try to trick my skin or whatever, but I just did not really see the effects of this serum. Another thing is that I just don't like the formulation of it, and that was a problem I had with a lot of the Ordinary products. I felt like it just peeled on the skin, it foamed up, it just was not formulated very nicely, and I do believe that is what you get when you pay so little for a product. Obviously, to keep costs down, they have to go for simple packaging, and then the formulation isn't as cosmetically elegant or formulated to apply or feel like a nice experience. For me, that is a really big part of skincare. Application is a huge part and a huge reason to why I would use a product or not. So for me, the Ordinary products, like what I've tried so far, I've tried this, the hyaluronic acid serum. I'm still in the process of using their the AHA, but I just don't like the formulation or how it sits on your skin or how it layers with other products so far, but I would definitely still like to give more products a go. So if you do have any kind of holy grails, or like this is a product that you need to use from The Ordinary, please leave it in a comment below so I can check it out. Next is another cult favorite, to say the least. It is the Pixi Glow Tonic 5% Glycolic Acid Exfoliating Toner. So I bought this when I was in America. I had seen it everywhere on Instagram. It was when AHA was like, boom, it's coming out, like it's coming out. So this was actually one of the first chemical exfoliants I used, I believe. First time using an AHA glycolic acid. I was very careful with it though, and I think this is something that needs to be kind of spoken about more. I've seen a few people speak about it, like James Welsh, which is awesome, but I don't think there's enough of a precaution or like label in how to use it properly. So it literally just says use AM and PM or as needed. Like, that's it. Before I went into using this product, I did a lot of research and I came across this article. Honestly, I can't remember what article it was, but basically a girl loved this, and at first she was seeing amazing results, so she was using it and build up the tolerance on her skin, but she continued to use it every single day, and her skin was just like irritated and breakouts like all over because she was just using it every day and over exfoliating. And I feel like that's very easy to do, especially for people who don't know much about it. It scares me a little bit, but when I started using it, I definitely treaded very lightly. I went once a week to doing it, I think like every third day. Again, I have used probably just about half of the product. Again, this was something that I just didn't really see results in, and this is probably why still I am a little bit like underwhelmed with chemical exfoliants, because I personally haven't found like the product that made a huge difference to my skin from a chemical exfoliant. I still actually like physical exfoliants. I feel like I'm one of very few people. I definitely use really gentle ones like enzyme washes and that. I don't think it's a very pleasant kind of process either. It makes my skin feel like a little bit tight, a little bit sticky, and it does have a little bit of a tingle, which is, it's going to happen, but I don't know. I just wasn't a fan and it did not give me results. So Pixi Tonic, I did only use half, and I am pretty sure it's almost at or has passed its period after opening date, which is unfortunate, but I just did not reach for it. That's it. Next is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel Lotion. It is a sunscreen. I've used about half of it. I actually purchased it in America again when I was visiting Logan, and we were going to the Disney parks, and it's Florida and it's super hot and sunny like all day, every day. So I needed a sunscreen that I could use both on my face and body and was easy to reapply throughout the day. I loved the texture, super lightweight, super watery. It felt really nice on the skin. And at the time I was like a huge fan. I was like, oh, this is actually really good for a Western SPF. It's very lightweight and the texture is almost like the ones I use from Japan. So it was a bit of a surprise for me when I first used it. But I felt like it just peeled on my face after a while. It would feel very uncomfortable and I just couldn't really reapply it onto my face. I was like, yeah, I'll use it on my body, that's fine. Took it home with me to Australia. I thought I'll use it on my body and I literally did not reach for it ever again. It's because I had all of my Japanese sunscreens available to me, and even using on my body, I went to reach for them more than this. I definitely don't think it's a bad product, and I do think it's a good product for the body, but I personally wouldn't use it on the face because of the peeling. It does also have added colorants. It has a very light blue tint, which I initially thought it was kind of like a toning up effect or something like that, but in the ingredients it is just kind of artificial colorants. Artificial, or I don't know, I'm not a scientist. It says violet 2 and blue 1, which I assume is added colorants. Not sure to why the added coloring is there. I don't think it's necessary, but yeah. Next is some wash off masks, and they are from the Body Shop. It is the Himalayan Charcoal Purifying Glow Mask and the Amazonian ACAI Energizing Radiance Mask. They are both unmouthful. So if you did not know, I actually used to work at the Body Shop. I was not there for a very long time, probably about 6 months or so. So while I was working there, I did buy a lot of products because obviously naturally you're just going to want to try them out and you got a fairly good discount. And I bought this mask pack that included 5 of their wash off masks. So firstly, the Himalayan charcoal one. This is their, I think it still would be their best-selling face mask. It was extremely popular. I would have customers come in all the time and just be like, where's a charcoal mask? They grab it and that's all they're getting. So it is a clay type mask. Its general kind of purpose is to draw out impurities, and it is really good for the oilier skin types, and it helps to control sebum as well. It also has green tea in it, I believe. It's not on here. And it does have a tingling feeling when you put it on. It wasn't to the point where it hurt or anything, but we did usually tell people that it does have a little bit of a tingling feeling. I will say it was really refreshing, and it did help smooth or unclog my pores a little bit. But for me, it was just a little bit too drying. I could only use it on my T-zone, barely even like my forehead. I essentially could only use it on my nose and my chin. I just didn't go through enough of it to use it within the expiry date. And it also just dried out. Like, it's just dried out now because I did not get through it quick enough. Again, not a bad product, it's just probably not for my skin type, which tends to be combination dehydrated dry skin. If you do have oilier skin and kind of want something to tighten and like cleanse your pores, this is a really good mask and I would recommend it. The other one is the Amazonian ACAI mask. I will say one thing, it smells freaking delicious. It smells and looks just like jam, like berry jam. It is an energizing mask, which I'm kind of like, what does that even mean? What does energizing masks do? On the site, it does say that it exfoliates and invigorates sleepy skin to help it look wide awake. Honestly, I just don't think it did anything. Maybe hydrated your skin a little bit, made it seem a little bit more plump, but it wasn't enough of a difference to keep using it, and really it just didn't do anything. Honestly, it didn't do anything, and that's probably why it actually is discontinued from Australia now. They don't sell it anymore. I think they might sell it in other countries, but I guess it just wasn't selling enough. That's my opinion on that one. I do definitely like some of the other masks. One of my favorites is the Japanese Matcha tea pollution clearing mask. This is a really nice kind of light exfoliating, but very like, I feel like it just tightens your pores and makes everything look really, really smooth. As well as the ginseng and rice mask, which is another like lightly exfoliating one, which I passed on to my mum because she has sensitive skin and it was one of the few masks that she could actually use. They definitely have some good masks, but not all of them. Now that I don't work there, I'm not a huge kind of natural skincare person, so that's kind of it. And lastly is actually another Body Shop product. It is the Chinese ginseng and rice clarifying Milky toner. This is a Milky toner that gently exfoliates and it clarifies for smoother, brighter skin. It uses ginseng, which I love, and also rice, which I double love, one of my favorite ingredients in skincare. This sounds like it would be everything that I love. I was really excited for it, and I was actually recommended it from a co-worker who has really sensitive skin, but she uses this and it works totally fine for her. So I was like, yes, I'll try it. I've only used this much, literally like this much. This is one of the very few products that I have ever used that actually gave me like a very obvious reaction on my skin, which I have pretty tough skin. I don't have sensitive skin. I don't react obviously to many products. I just put it on a cotton pad, swiped it across my skin, and I used it for a couple of days, just like once at night. I was getting these like little whitehead clusters. It sounds disgusting, but it wasn't like that bad. It wasn't huge clusters, but essentially in like certain areas of my face, I was getting like 3 or 4 little whiteheads just like pop up on my skin, and it was on my cheeks, which is very rare. I only usually get breakouts like mainly on my chin, sometimes on my forehead, but it rarely happens on my cheeks. I didn't think it was this initially. I thought it was something else, but I stopped using this, went away, tried again, and then it happened again. I was like, oh, I can't use this. I really want to try it again. I genuinely want to try it again, but I am really scared that it's going to happen. So unfortunately, I could not use this toner at all. Hopefully, maybe I'll use it on my body, or maybe Logan can use it, because it's a bit of a waste. But as I said, my friend who has super sensitive skin used it, and I recommend it to a lot of customers, and it worked really well for them. Helps their skin texture and helped brighten their skin. So might have just been bad luck for me. I guess that is it. Oh, I should probably note that all of the Body Shop products that I mentioned today are vegan. Not all of their products are vegan, but the products that I mentioned in this video are vegan, just so you know. But I guess that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I feel like I haven't really done negative, should I say, videos where I talk about products that I don't like as much, but I think it's something really important and something I actually seek to watch when I'm on YouTube. So today's was like the Western version or episode of the series, but I think next I will be doing like Korean skincare products that I did not empty. So if you do want to see that, make sure you subscribe, click the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any of my videos, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Ta-ta!